What's up, guys? So we're back in the STi again. In the last video you saw me mount the water trap, and I've got the lines run here, the first one into the manifold. In this video we'll be working on more wiring. First we've got to cut these ends off here and splice them into the main wiring harness here using provided butt splices. We're also going to be running these wiring harnesses here. There's 4 of them, and these are for the height sensors, and they just plug in right here, and one will go to the back here, to that side, up this side, and I'll run the other one just down the passenger side under the trim here. As you saw in the last video, we ran the power and ground wires along with the pink fused wire, and we'll have to put some ends on that so we can connect to the battery, and also add a fuse into the fuse box here. And looking at the instructions, shows that there's 2 ways that you can hook into the fuse panel. You can use an add a fuse. So you want to use a fuse that's connected to the ignition so the compressor and everything starts up, and I think I'll use this one here, which is for the fuel pump. Just confirming here on the fuse box panel cover thing. Fucked up here. Wanted to use this add a fuse and put it into that down there, but if you look here, the prongs aren't quite long enough and it doesn't quite fit into the hole, so it's pretty loose. So we'll have to go ahead here and use the other method, which is this connector here and this little piece here, which will hook around the end of the fuse. This is kind of what it looks like when it's all put together. I'll obviously crimp this onto the wire, and then it just fits into the slot like that, and it should be good to go. But first I'll have to cut this off. mentioned in the previous videos that this carpet here is stapled onto the plastic. So you can see here it's just kind of stapled through. Need like a pry tool, something like this. There's staples all along here. So if you're wondering why it's not coming up, that's why. So these 4 plugs here, they're all nicely labeled. So there's no way to mess this up. It's pretty well plug and play. Just remove this rubber cover here and just click them in, and it's as easy as that. So we're in here in the passenger side footwell, and just as I'd hoped, there's the same rubber grommet as in the driver's side. So we'll be able to go ahead and run the height sensor wires and the air lines through there. Camera, I cleaned up this wiring just a little bit with these zip ties, made it look a little bit more factory, and I've run all the height sensor wires to all 4 corners, as you can see up there. In the next video I'll be running the air lines, which is just going to follow basically the same path as all the wiring has been. But so far for this video, the goal is just to get the height sensor wires routed, and so I think I'll just end the video here.